the truth about everything that I've found out so far. So I'm at the Prince Resort in Cherry Grove, South Carolina, also known as North Myrtle Beach. The Truthmobile is an excellent way to bypass some of the digital quarantine that the system wants to keep the truth in. So random or supposed random interaction or unintended interaction from the artificial intelligence standpoint is a concern. And right now I'm on that live camera right there, as well as the one that I'm talking into. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate your continued encouragement and support. I'm going to walk on out to the beach right now. This right here has turned out to be a really nice outdoor parking spot. And yeah, I'm not only surfing the ocean periodically, surfing the web that goes through obviously all the AI cameras. Yesterday, it's visible easily on all the artificial intelligence monitored cameras. Yesterday I went for my first drive or ride in a Tesla Model Y with the performance enhancement and full self-driving. Very interesting. And my friend Harco said, now give it your address, tell it to go home, and actually did that with a voice recording. And of course the AI knows where I live and where most of humanity lives. How pretty is that? The sun is local. Quite often I see clouds behind the sun. Job 37 says the sun is in the clouds. Works for me. I know some people will go ahead and explain biblical cosmology away because, well, they don't want to have the rest of the biblical package, the narrative, the do's and don'ts of the Word of God. Oh well. Eventually the atheists find out they're wrong. And then those that are spreading Jesus all over what they do are going to find out whether or not they really had it figured out, that they were actually born of the Spirit or their own wishful thinking. And the reason why I say that is because I thought I was born again until I actually was. That's looking very interesting. Let me zoom in on that a bit. So everybody's got a different style in their outreach. How's your walk going? Men and women walk different. They've got a different gait. There's a video series, a 3-part called Illusions, and the Truth Never Sleeps channel did it. Gait is spelled G-A-I-T, gait as in the walk. Men have a space typically between their feet unless they're pretending to be a genetic female or a homosexual man. And women have a gait that puts one foot in front of the other, kind of swinging around. You can see it if you want. Once I saw it, I couldn't unsee it. Of course, it's like the rest of this world, and all of its weirdness. We've got men pretending to be women and competing in sports events. What could go wrong there? Is that the weirdest thing, the Twilight Zone episode that we're living in? I would say. I'm a man. Now, when Megan Fox says that, I'm a man. That's a tranny. She even says, or they even say, I'm a tranny. Okay. So there's a lot of secret trannies too. It's a transpocalypse. That's a genetic male and female right in the view, obviously. And there once again is the sun, very local. Love that. That would look way different if it were 93 million miles away and we were spinning, wobbling, gyrating. None of that supposed movement is felt. If it is, seek immediate help. Seek the truth with all your heart because you're under a strong delusion if you believe you live on a globe. And the reason why that matters is the truth matters, obviously. Okay, this is the liquid mirror setup for today. Let me just drop this on down a bit. Once I saw this, I could not unsee it. It happens over and over again. The liquid mirror of our reality. The water in the glasses, the bird baths, the swimming pools, reflection photography, and videography. Local sun. I remember seeing Rob Skiba, I believe it was Rob Skiba for the first time at the Flat Earth International Conference. Really enjoyed having Rob as a friend, and he, it was either him or Dean Odell that was, I can't remember which one it was. I believe it was Rob. Okay, now I know it was Rob because I'm remembering some of the rest of the conversation, and he really liked the work that I had done with the P900. I look forward to seeing Rob again. I believe that'll happen. I'm looking forward to an eternity with friends and family. Some of my family in Christ are friends as well. Some I haven't met yet. I've got friends I haven't met yet, I'm sure. I get choked up to think of the tragedies of this life. Oh, I didn't even plan on doing that. Hey, good morning. Good to see you. Now for the rest of the story. Okay, here we go. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about is taking a look at what I've compiled in the form of a research library. And when you're looking at that, if you choose to do that, you can know that that's been disseminated worldwide as a weapon of mass instruction. Now there's deception in there as well because I'm exposing that with the help of friends and family. And you can hear about it. Oh my gosh, the topics are so unpopular. I was thinking about it this morning. Let me show you how slow that is. Look at that. About comedians. I've got some comedians on my channel, and the more accurately they resonate with their crowd is an indication of what's the truth about, because truth is placed in the context of humor helps us to laugh at our world and our lives and our reality. So imagine an audience of truthers. Wow. That could be viewed as hate speech by some of the wokeness or the mind virus that sees truth as lies and lies as truth. It's so freaking bizarre. Bizarre indeed. Oh, there's a great man soldier walk coming our way. Check that out. He's got it going on. See the space between the legs? That's the way it is. Women walk different. Their skull size is different. The shoulder width is different between male and female. The skeleton doesn't lie. People do. Now, some people may walk different than their gender would normally be. Whether they're intentionally faking it or not, I don't know. That's above my pay grade. But out here, I'll see a lot of couples walking. I'll see children running, walking, playing. It's fabulous. And I'm not on a mission to point out when I think somebody is a different gender than they're presenting. There's a lot of same-sex attraction going on. I've had some of them that have a "What would Jesus do" wristband on, asking if their same-sex attraction is sin. I said, well, the sexual interaction is unbiblical. I mean, I can be attracted to a person that's not my wife, and that actually not be sin. It depends on how much time I spend ruminating on and what I do in my imagination, what's in my heart. So a same-sex attraction isn't necessarily sin. It may be indicative of an underlying issue, like perhaps an unregenerate soul. Perhaps. I don't know. I've been in this world for 63 years now, starting from the point of conception, which was a little bit before my parents were married in 1961. I did the math. I found out, and that's okay. I'm glad they got married, and they stayed married until my mom died. And she told me, she said, her words, she says, "Bobby, if the cancer doesn't get you, the treatment will." She was absolutely correct. Not only do we have multiple cancer cures, there's ways to prevent even getting it. Hashtag Robert Forsch. Or my phone number. Take a look around if you care to. I'm on a lot of different platforms, and I didn't know how this would work out. Here we've got a couple holding hands. How nice is that? A lot of hand holding. The Canadians, a lot of Canadians seem to like holding their hands. Holding each other's hands, kind of nice. So in the context of sexual sin, there's premarital sex, according to the Bible, that's a sin. Extramarital sex, adultery, that's a sin. How about non-consensual abstinence, where sex is viewed or used as a method of manipulation, reward for having that intimacy, that encouragement, that affection that actually involves physical intimacy. And then it can be used almost like a weapon, weaponize rape in other countries where the conquesting army impregnates the women with their genetics. It's criminal. We've got crimes against humanity. Wow, what a long leap that is from What Would Jesus Do wristband girl. She's 16 years old, asking me about her girlfriend and their relationship. Sitting right there. They said, am I going to go to hell because I have a same-sex interest or attraction. No, it's what are you going to do with it? I have thoughts that I don't act on. And I would say, obviously, I'm a targeted individual. I just don't know what access the system has to me. I believe only what God allows, only what the Almighty allows. One of my friends pointed out that they believe that the reason I'm not afraid is because I have cat parasites. I said I prefer to see it that the Almighty lives in and through me. And what would you think? I mean, those of you who have listened to me a lot, that's what I talk about. Now, do I have cat parasites? I don't know. Don't think so. I believe I don't have any parasites. There's parasites of the mind, parasites of our time, parasites of our bank accounts, depending on who's who and who's listening to or thinking about all this. Got a treasure hunter. What's he going to find? Going to find some treasure there? Could be. Gold has been found on this beach, gold doubloons. So, treasure, priceless. Salvation in Christ, priceless. That's why I do this. One of the young ladies yesterday in the group that I regularly see says, "What's your purpose in life?" I said, "To know and expose the truth." I said, she said, "What truth?" And I said, "Well, Jesus Christ said that He is the way, the truth, and the life. It's not something, it's a perpetual reality. He is perpetually. He's the Almighty. He's all present, all powerful, all knowing, way more powerful than so-called artificial intelligence, which He uses also. So Satan will use who and what he can. The Almighty will use everything, everyone, including Satan's children. How about that? I would like to see some people flip sides. Normally they don't go from, I believe it's impossible to go from being born of the Holy Spirit to being born of Satan. That's my perspective on it. That's my belief on it. It's not my opinion. I don't have opinions. I have beliefs. And I have truth that I have proof for. That's why I'm the Truth Channel. And it's because God made me that way. He wanted me to do this, whatever this is. Kind of interesting, I would say. Notice the liquid mirror. It's just the way it works. All over the place. That means the Bible gets it right. Big science fiction gets it wrong when they're proclaiming the godless cosmic Big Bang and evolving from amoeba, monkeys, and trilobites and whatever they mention. They're lying. They're lying. I ain't buying. Who's they? Well, Satan. Satan's children. And then all the deceived, like I was. I was deceived on this. I didn't have it all figured out. I still don't. So that's how I find it. If you believe I've got something wrong, you can give me a call, send me a link, put it in a comment, just like that. It's convertible. You could make your own stickers up. But if you're a person that doesn't want to receive phone calls but wouldn't mind sending them my way, you could have cards like that made up for you. You could hand them out. Some people are flat earth evangelists. Primary message that they carry when they interact is the the Earth not being a globe or that it's flat. Well, what's interesting about that is, observably, the Earth is stationary and level. That's provable. You don't have to have a P900 to know that you're not, that's a Nikon Coolpix camera, or a P1000, to know that you're not spinning, wobbling, and gyrating. Your own onboard sensibilities and motion detector. I can feel when I'm moving. Okay, I know people will say, yeah, it's like a fly in a car. No, it's not. No, not buying that. Okay, so this is a bubble level. Let me just throw it down. That's pretty close right there. The bullseye, the crosshairs are out of there. And that is, it's at the high spot in the middle there. The sun today is going to do this or something like that. The moon bounces all over the place within the month. Obviously, the sun and the moon are running different courses. The water seeks level. There's fluid dynamics, aerodynamics. There's hydrostatic pressure. Right here, it's like quicksand. And right up here, it's going to be a little bit higher and a little drier, a little more solid. I'm rock solid, baby. I'm on the rock of Christ, okay? That's what I said at the Flat Earth Conference. I'm rock solid. I'm solid in my beliefs. What I found to be true is that they're lying. They're liars. They're lying about almost everything that really matters. We live in a world where the truth is presented as misinformation, disinformation, malinformation, anything but the truth. So, people may be using ChatGPT. It lies. Grok it lies. The AI lies. People lie. Reality does not lie. It's just, is your situational awareness able to see through the deception? And I would say it's only by God's grace that anybody can love and believe the truth, let alone find it. You're not going to find it, not going to be able to see it on your own volition. No way. It's designed that way. It's designed that way so that it's impossible for Satan's children to see it. The Almighty's children, they're going to see it eventually. Hashtag predestination. Notice the long shadows? Look at that shadow. Wow, that's a big one. How long is that? It all has to do with mathematics and proximity to the reflection or the object of reflection or what's creating the shadow. All of that. My shadow is way on the other side of the pier. It's just the way it is. See that reflection? It's the way it works. So there's a veritable kaleidoscope of conspiracy theories to hide the actual conspirators and what they're doing, how they're doing it. They design those many times to make those conspiracies sound ridiculous. Well, there's some truth to them. Governments lie, politicians lie. And then when you get people to admit, yeah, I know they lie, would they lie about going to the moon? Yeah, Nixon isn't talking to astronauts on the moon. Astronauts to the moon. It's all bullshit. It's all a bunch of, it's a Truman Show kind of make-believe stuff. Oh, but you may want to be whatever gender you want and do what you want with who you want, so you got to believe in the godless cosmic Big Bang to make all that work. Okay. Move on. Whatever you want to do. Largely, people do what they want to do and believe what they want to believe. They'll employ cognitive dissonance, which means when they're presented information that doesn't jive with what they either currently believe or want to believe, they're going to kill the messenger in their mind, maybe even physically. In dealing with the volatile issues of gender dysphoria, they just sometimes plumb freak out. I don't know what's going to end up happening to me in this realm. How I'm going to exit this theater of battle, I don't know. I'm not worried about it. I'm excited to see what the Almighty is going to do if and when somebody decides to terminate me, terminate my existence in this realm. I have all kinds of high strangeness that happen around me. Out on the beach here, meeting people that have very interesting stories. Are they true or not? I don't know. Pretty hard to say. I can't really know for sure. And some liars are so effective at lying. For them, they lie better than some people tell the truth. Some people's truth, when they're presenting what they believe to be true, even if it is true, they may not do it very well. And then the seasoned sociopath is really good at presenting deception and deceiving. This is not timeshare sales. A lot of people here in this zip code are used to getting pitched for owning your vacation through one of the timeshare businesses. That's not what this is. I don't get a commission. I don't get a spiff. I don't get a charge back if somebody decides they don't want this. Some people say just try Jesus. That's not right. So what I would say is if you're one of his children, you're going to be born again at some point in your human experience. May have already happened for you. So I want to show you something. This is me. This is me looking directly in the sun right now. When it's low on the horizon, it's easy to do. Do it at your own risk. This is for humor and your enlightenment. What are you going to find out? Energy from the sun going directly into my body through my eyes, activating my body electrical system. The sun is mysterious. It's local. It's small. Elon says it's going to get real big and destroy the world, blow us all up. You know, in the twilight zone of my imagination, I could even imagine Elon showing up with the film crew delivering the Cybertruck I ordered and say, hey, thanks for all your help. I'm born again now, and I want you to have this as the new Truth Mobile. Yeah, that works for me. I can imagine it. Is it going to happen? Unlikely. That's okay. I don't mind. I'll drive the Prius Truth Mobile. Let me, I'll drop it down there. My shoes are cane, K-A-N-E, sugar cane. They're almost a couple years old. I've never had a pair of shoes last like that, ever. There it goes. The liquid mirror. Does that make any sense at all? The upside down world? Of course not. People that believe that are deceived. If they believe there's upside down people walking upside down in relationship to us, they're deceived. And some would say, well, that's your truth or that's your opinion. I would say, believe whatever you want. I just prefer the truth. I don't know how many different ways I can say it. It's just that people that aren't going to get it no matter who says it. Maybe if Elon Musk says it, you can tell it's fake because it looks so fake, instead of him saying you can tell it's real because it looks so fake. What the heck is that? What kind of a psychological operation is he running? He's working to enslave humanity with Starlink, not just provide them Netflix movies. It's hacking into the human biofield, the energetic system that controls our body ambulating, moving around, our thoughts. There's brain-computer interface technology that's been created and declassified, and I've got proof on it. Maybe you can understand why Elon would want me off the X platform. In fact, when I tell people that Elon booted me off the X platform permanently, many of them are shocked. They said, I thought that was a free speech platform. Yeah, well, not so much. When Elon said, now that we've got Twitter, what should we do with it? I tweeted to him, I said, expose the truth about everything. By the time I got booted off of the platform, I had close to the same amount of tweets as Elon had. I guess he didn't like that. He didn't like me sending my research library to the billionaires, trillionaires, and the everyday humanity that I could through Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, all of it. So his little world of it, he was able to say, not going to do that anymore. So I sent it to the alphabet agencies and military-industrial complex, the financial-industrial complex. So, when you grow up, you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, a banker. Wow, those all sound kind of bad now to me. Yeah, and I'm still spitting out whatever the mucus is trapping. That's cool. I'm good with it. I'm bathing when, obviously not now, when I got up this morning at, it was 12:44. And then it's lights on and showtime. I'm heating up my water on the stove, flipping on hundreds of watts of lighting with a 9-watt input on each of those 100-watt output equivalent grow lights, grow bulbs. I've got a jungle in my house, making a lot of oxygen. Today was plant watering day. It took me a couple hours. I not only water them, I give optimal placement for the leaves, vines, mist them, move them to different locations so they grow more symmetrically and get a different view. It's pretty cool. Have more or less lighting. I had a friend introduce me to his guest from, it was Colombia. Fernando from Colombia. When he introduced me to him, he said, I've never brought up a topic Robert didn't know about. It's a fact. I said, I believe you're right. I said, I don't know it all. There's not much that I haven't studied that people know about. And what I would say is I keep on learning every day. Part of operating in the flow is me wanting to do things as best I can. What's the best way I can do something? Extreme focus gets me in the flow. Going on a, since you may have just happened on this, never heard or saw me before, I race professional level motocross. Extreme focus, or else you crash. And I was real good at it. I won a lot of trophies and I did really well with it. I wanted to learn how to be the best racer I could be. Now I just want to be the best person I can be, doing what God created me to do. Why did He cause me to live through a lot of several near-death experiences? Car wrecks, suicide attempts, all of that. And then there are experiences that I avoided and I may not even know about. That could happen too. I ride a motorcycle. I'm exposing the truth about everything. It got a lot of the people, or some of the people in my library, killed. They killed them because they wouldn't shut up. I'm going to show you one of the reasons why we can't see all the way across the ocean. I'm going to just take this camera and zoom on in there, and then the people disappear into the marine layer, into the fog. Got the treasure hunter there. I zoomed in with the P900, P1000, all of that out here. You can see them in my library. I'm just not doing that as much. I've got other stuff I'm doing. I can talk about it though. How's your walk? Is it an old overweight person walk? Okay, so let's look at the walks in the view. Just let's see what we got going on here. How are you ambulating? How are you getting along? Is that unkind for me to point that out? Just watch people. Are they? I'm gonna show you my walk. I'll just do that and see what you think. I gotta zoom out a little bit. This is how I normally walk. I've done it a good part of my life. So I'm going to try that again without my coat. So there's a lot of things that I could wear. One of my favorite things to wear is a smile. And I've got a good one, as far as I can tell. And when I do my spa treat, now see how my face is lighting up? You want to see why? It's that reflection, but now it changed a little bit. But it's going to come right back when it thins out. I remember seeing these friends of mine that I raced dirt bikes with. They had something that they seemed really happy. And I found out that they were getting high. They were smoking weed, but weed in the 70s was way different than weed is now. I'm free from addiction of marijuana, pharmaceuticals, drugs like that, drugs and alcohol. I don't even have the appetite for it. I'm not white knuckling it. I'm loving my life. I get to do this. So there's an audience in the AI camera, and I could bring my surfboard out if I want. I've got coffee and food, my smoothie. I've had people say, man, you got a great tan. How do you do that? Well, part of it is my nutrition, super healthy, a lot of greens. We need a lot of minerals and elements to help us be healthy and happy and have a charged up electrical system. It's the way that works. So I've got people that I feature in videos that I don't agree with on some key issues. However, they're showing something I really want to have you look at and consider. So the truth and the deception alike are on my channel. I just have a very high concentration of truth. See the mirror? And here's the other thing about the mirror. That man in the mirror or woman or child in the mirror, do you measure up to how you want to look? And I'm not talking about your, I'm talking about as you live life, do you have victory over things the Bible says you should? If you believe you're born of the Spirit, do you see the evidence of that? Paul says, examine yourselves to see if you're in the faith. Now, this looks like a family photo op coming out right there. And then the mathematical equation of that light doing that. Right, they're dressed up. There's the photog right there. See? Am I profiling them? Is there any? Whoa, let me flip it around. Is there anything wrong with that? I've got a pattern recognition system. We all do. And I can, maybe you can too, pick up on a vibe. Like a vibe meaning, hey, that looks like trouble. You can have a gut feeling. We've got neurons that are operating in our gut that our body uses nutrients to put together, neurotransmitters to help us do what we do. Look at that. Isn't that precious? I've got a grandson about that age now. Dawson was born on February 14th, I believe it was, last year. Cool. So my wife Joni says, are you going to tell him Santa Claus isn't real? I said, I'm not going to lie. Not going to lie about that. That was all part of a sophisticated psychological operation to get parents to lie to their children and grandchildren. I'm sorry. Oh, that's too extreme. No, you don't know how it works if you don't see it. Sorry. Sorry, class is in session. That's a bird. It does bird stuff. People do the darndest stupid stuff. How do they know what to do? How do the birds know? The birds and the bees. How do they know? Well, I believe God helps them know it, causes them to know it. And then we've got parents that raise children. I think that's the coolest thing. Here we go. Gonna cry. How precious is that? I wanted them all to move here instead of Wisconsin. Wisconsin's too cold for this. Oh my gosh, that is so funny. I sometimes I'm out here and I laugh and I cry and I'm alive. That might be some of the first being near the water at the ocean. Could be. I've seen people bring their puppies out and they've told me it's their first time. I've had parents tell me this is their first time on the beach. And the choices that we make, what we eat, what we drive, where we live, what we buy for clothing, affects who raises our children. Are we going to do it, or are we going to have the government do it for us so we can buy more stuff? What do you think? What's best? I believe the parents should raise the children. We do a lot of working for things that don't really matter and sacrifice it for those that actually do matter. My friend Mel is walking without one of her crutches today. So what do we do? How do we live? Some people amass a fortune and find out that it doesn't really make them feel better, especially if they sacrifice what actually matters. How adorable. And it's okay to sit down there. You can do that. I remember my mom telling me I had a little pea coat, they called them, kind of like a smaller version of my trench coat, and she would find worms in my pocket, dried ones. Now, when I find worms, like in my garage, I walked out, hey, there's a fresh worm crawling across the floor. I took them outside. Let them go, let them grow. Good morning. At his first day at the beach?
Yesterday. Wednesday's our second day.
Ah, how does he like it?
Oh, he loves it.
How wonderful. So I've got a card for you. You're actually in a video I shot out here.
Oh, okay.
Let me grab that for you. Where are you all from?
We're from PA.
Oh, Pennsylvania. Welcome.
Oh, thank
But
you.
you're welcome. How long are you here for?
Just for 3 days.
Oh, nice. You got the fun size trip, huh?
Yeah.
Hi there, how are you?
Oh, it's so adorable watching y'all in the water. Here you go.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Feel free to reach out anytime. I'm on different platforms and
All right.
exposing the truth about everything I found out about. And if you think I missed something, you can send me a link or give me a call.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Hope you have a great rest of your vacation.
You too.
Bye-bye.
So I know I say that spiel quite a few times, never to her before, and so just needed to go ahead and say it again because it's true. There they go. How adorable. And then there's the family photo shot going on there. Yeah, digital photography. What a concept. What a reality. I've got terabytes of, no, not tera, yeah, I do have terabytes of photos. Yeah, I've been doing it for a long time, just not as much now. I'll do a live stream. It would take, to upload the Gospel of John movie is like 2 hours, about 2 hours and 19 minutes. It took me more than a day. Oh, look at a bird bath. Where is that bird? You got to find him. There he is. Oh, he just jumped out. I'm fascinated. I'm a people watcher. Been watching people for a long time. There's a fisherman. He's on his way to the pier. So the pier is open now, all the way down to right there. Oh, look at those little buddies running around. Children playing outside. How awesome is that? They're good at figuring out how to do it. Isn't that cool? That's how it works. So we're at the younger stage in the marriage with looks like a couple of sons there. At the upper end of single digits, maybe 10 or so, probably. I remember it well. I remember here, James Stevens, I think his name was. He had a song called "The Streak," and he said, "He's naked as a jaybird." This is when they were streaking. I haven't heard of that in a while, but he was wearing nothing but a smile. Yeah, it's not right. You're not supposed to do that. Okay. But you can wear a smile and be fully clothed too. Let's see, we got dogs down there. A dog. So I don't know what was in front of the sun on the solar eclipse. I've got a friend that sent me a link. It's on my Facebook. They shot it. I shot the eclipse of 2017. It's in my library. You can see it. Down by that pier, and it didn't get all black like this last one. What's up with that? How does that work? What are they doing? I don't know. But when I was sitting out here and I shot up at it there, it looked like a little bite out of cookie, and then it got bigger. But there was nothing outside that circle. And the moon was not in the neighborhood to do that. Something else. And people might say, well, that's just crazy. That's just crazy to not believe the official narrative. Well, they're liars. That's all. They don't always lie. The NASA war document, I believe, is true. TrueStream Media did a video on it, and they talked about it, Melissa and Aaron Dykes. I remember when Melissa Dykes used to be Charlotte Iserby. I believe that was her stage name. Now I'm feeling the sun hit me right in the face. Let's zoom out on that. So that's one of the other reasons I get such a suntan. It's blasting me from above and below. It's a liquid mirror. Look at that. So when they obviously have a photographer there, I don't go and ask them if they want me to take their picture, right? It's important to read the room. However, if that family were out there by themselves and trying to do selfies in a selfie stick, I would say, hey, would you like me to put you all in the shot? I don't really need to be in it. And then they'll say, yeah, sure. I'll take some shots, see if they like it. And I'll say, here's my YouTube channel. You might like that. It's part of a training for other people to say, oh, I could go on vacation and it'd be a mission trip. Yeah. And then when I was in Wisconsin shoveling snow and teaching judicially challenged young men at Rawhide Boys Ranch, teaching them to shovel snow, I was thinking, it would be so nice if I could have my full-time activity be a world outreach for evangelism. Hello, I'm living it. I'm living it right now. There was about a 30-year delay in that. However, I was built for this. That's why I'm doing it. Now watch how this looks when I walk the camera on around. So you're not actually seeing this. You're seeing a simulated reality of this. I can't create the ocean and the water and the birds and the people. I can turn my phone on and create part of our shared simulated reality. After seeing what I did on the video talking about illusions, the gate, I could have a pretty good idea of seeing a man walk and a woman walk on the beach just by the prints. That sun is so intense in my face. Let's see if you can, I don't know if you can see it on me, but the way it's beaming up, beam me up, Scotty, beaming up from the water. Let me back up a little bit. Right there is a little bit more. So I'm seeing the sun down below and above. Let's flip it around and I'll show you. So I'm going to add this video to my Food for Thought playlist. That's where I'm dumping a whole lot of videos now, because I can add about 4,500 more videos if I feel like it. And then I can have more food for thought. I can just keep making them. I'll just keep on doing it. Back in 2019, they were censoring my playlist like crazy. I had over 1,000 videos removed from there. And then, well, a lot of channels got taken down. And what I've utilized is other people's created content to expose what I can't actually talk about in detail. And the landing video on my channel, Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars, has over 600 hyperlinks in it. See the difference of the lighting? It's just how it works. It's just being able to read the room, who's around, read the situation, how it actually works. So, you can see the tops of the buildings, but not the bottoms of the buildings. That's less than 2 miles away. The surface of undisturbed, unmanipulated water is flat and level wherever it is. Oceans, lakes, toilets, all of that. It will fill the container. It will just keep on doing that same thing that water does. Just like that, all day long. Reality. So when we're talking about things like world government and did that person really die, or did they just reassign him another identity in another location? Who knows? Who knows? It's hard to know. The fact that we're not spinning, wobbling, and gyrating, priceless. The fact that other people are still unaware of it means they're deceived. They don't know it yet. They may never know it. Well, never's a long time. I would say ultimately people are going to find out what their identity is, who they actually are. Are they a child of God or a child of Satan? We've got a battle between good and evil. I'm trying to break it down a little bit, a lot actually. So if I'm talking about neuroscience to Billy Bob working under a shade tree on his truck, I'd say, did you know that they're manipulating people or mind controlling people with supercomputers? And then if I'm talking to somebody like Dr. James Giordano, I would use his type of terminology. Back to Billy Bob. Did you know they're putting stuff in the food, water, and air that's not good for you and politicians are lying? Yeah, how about that? Who are they representing? Themselves or their own self-interest or the governments that are paying for it? Things are not only weird now, they're going to get a whole lot weirder. In that weirdness, how would you like to have the creator of all of this world, this realm, and my savior? I highly recommend him. I would say that recommend him. It sounds like a testimonial for some kind of laundry detergent. It's way better than that. It's having the power of the living God living through me and all of his children, helping us to know what we should or shouldn't do. He's directing and protecting us. Way better than anything else. So, wow, there goes some pelicans. How cool is that? Want to put them in the shot. They'll be harder to see because they're flying away from us. There might be more coming. No, not now. Later today. Low tide's at 9:07. They're heading on down to the point, I believe. Let's see, can you see them now? Yeah, there they are. Sure are. I've got close-up photos of them and planes flying through the World Trade Center tower. That's not possible. 9/11 was an inside job, and if you don't know that, sorry to hear that. Let's see, we're April 16th, 2024. It's time for people to wake the heck up. So a lot of people know that we were lied to on 9/11 of 2001. I've got all kinds of documentation about it. You can look at it if you want. This tapestry of life. People from all over. All the different stages of life. So I went down towards the point the other day and there were rose petals and then rose petals in the shape of a heart. Looked like an engagement or a wedding, could have been. Probably not a memorial. I've seen memorials out here, spreading ashes and singing songs and praying, all that. See that? It's coming off of there. Where can I go to put it in the shot? It's kind of elusive, but it's there's symmetry to it. There it is, right there. So part of the length of the video is for you to get an opportunity to know how I got here and where we are in human history. I just wanted to know the truth about these different factors that are really important. Contradictory perspectives, if they're directly contradicting each other, they can't both be correct. They may both be wrong. There may be another option you haven't heard, something that you're unaware of. And the same thing goes for me. I may find something else out that, and I do every day. I learn things every single day. You know what's interesting? Those little guys are running around having fun, and they've stayed pretty clean so far with all of that. Amazing. Doesn't always work out like that. So this is a mission field that comes to me and everybody else that's here, and I have interactions with the locals and the tourists as well, because I can and I want to. And then sometimes the couch potatoes just move to a beach chair, and there'll be beach potatoes, beach chair potatoes. That can happen too. And then there's, in this tapestry of life, there's some that are very active, some that are not as active, and maybe you've heard the use it or lose it. That can happen too. I'd rather use it. All right, so this is Robert Forsch exposing the truth about everything that I've been able to find out so far. Feel free to reach on out. Give me a call if you like, anytime. And thank you so much.